So I'm just going to preface by saying there are no word problems here, okay? So let's find the intercepts for both. Let me just have my key ready to go here so that I don't make any mistakes. So for this one, it's negative 5x is equal to 20. Right? X is equal to negative 4, negative 4, 0. For the y-intercept, y is equal to 2.5, so it's 0, 2.5. Okay, so you get a mark for having both of these correct. Rewriting, you end up with 8y is greater than 5x because the negative 5x comes over positive. Rewrite y is greater than 5 over 8x plus 2.5 if you'd like. That is fine. So you get a mark for this. And let's do 2 marks, for one for x-intercept, one for y-intercept, 1 mark for rewriting. And then this is going to be a dashed line. True region is above, shade below. Okay. I will give you another mark for this. If you got this wrong, you lose a mark, because then I have to go by what you've done here, and then your graph, you're going to be all right. But you need to tell me, where are you going to be shading? Where are you thinking the true region is, most importantly? And of course, shading, if you do reverse, it's the opposite of where the true region is. So 4 marks so far. Let's do the next one. 6x is equal to 21. Divide both by 6. X is equal to 4.67. No, sorry, I'm off, right? I'm looking at the wrong paper, I think. Here. 3.5. Is it 3.5? Yeah, 3.5. 3.50. 1 mark for that. And then the next one is negative 3y is equal to 21. Divide both sides by negative 3, so that would be negative 7. So 0, negative 7 is your y-intercept. Okay, 2 marks for that. Rewriting, we bring the 6x over, subtracting, and the 21 is already there. And you go negative 3, and so what happens to the inequality? That flips, okay? So you're going to get 2 marks for this one just to account for that. So this is y, and this is 6 is negative, and negative is positive, so that's just 2x, negative 7, like this. So 2 marks for rewriting this one because you had to account for the flipping there. This is going to be a solid line. True region is above, so we shade below. And again, it's facing the same way as the previous one, so you should see a consistent, right, labeling of where the true region is. 1 mark for that, for telling me where you're shading and where the true region is. So 2, 4, 5 for this one. 5 marks for that one. And then here you notice that there's only a y variable, so it's 2y minus y is greater than or equal to 1. This just gets you y like that. So it's just a horizontal line like this. It's solid. True region is above. We shade below. Okay. So 1 mark for rewriting, 1 mark for telling me where the true region is, or where you're going to shade. Okay. So just 2 marks for that one. The total is probably going to be off after. So let's go ahead and graph this. So if you want full marks, make sure arrowheads everywhere is so right, this is your x and the y, and we're just assuming there's a scale of 1. Okay, so the first one is negative 4, 2, 4, negative 4, 0, 0, 2.5. And it has a positive slope, so that's what we're expecting, and it's a dashed line. Okay, and here is negative 5x plus 8y is greater than 20. Label it right away. The other one is 3.5, 0, 0, negative 7. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7. And so it goes like this, and it's a solid line. So one dashed line, two solid lines. Keep track of that as you're doing this. 6x minus 3y is less than or equal to 21. And then the horizontal goes through 1, and it's also a solid line. This is the y is greater than or equal to 1. Okay. So if you have, we'll give you half a mark for each line, and it's supposed to be wherever you told me it's supposed to be. Okay, so half a mark for each. So 1.5 for the lines. It has to be corrected. So if you didn't dash it, let's say, let's just take half a mark off. If you made a mistake up here, so let's say your line is going completely the opposite way, that's fine. Just make sure you take off up here. Okay, take off marks up here if it's contradicting. And I know it's harder to mark this one, but try your best. So here we have shading below and below. Both diagonals are going below the line. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick one of them. So that's all false. So is this one. And we shade below the horizontal as well. So what you're left with, all of this should be shaded here. All of this is gone, right? So this is your solution region. So you have to have that labeled. So I will say another 1.5 marks for shading, and shading in the correct area. 1 mark for solution region. Okay. So we're going to have 4 marks associated with this graph here. And if you labeled, right, take off half a mark if you forgot to label or something like that. And then probably you're exhausted already at this point. Now you have to find the corner points. How many corner points does this particular system have? It's right here where these two boundary lines meet, and right there. There's only these two. The y-intercept and x-intercept are not corner points when it's not a word problem, okay? So those are the only two I need to go find. So I'm going to go ahead and type this all in. So bear with me here. I should have prepared this earlier. 5 divided by 8. But at the same time, I feel like some of you still need to see this. Right? So 2x minus 7 and 1, right? I'm just going to switch my window. I'm going to do a standard zoom. That works pretty good. So between the black and the blue, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the intersect. So blue, cycle 2 till you get to the black line, and then you have it. That's negative 2.41. So negative 2.41, that gets you another mark for finding it. And I will just say this today, if you made a mistake upstream, everything else is going to be off. If I see that you've actually found it and it matches, it jives with your graph, I will give you the mark here. So that's a step mark for you actually finding it. And then we have to find the one between the red and the blue. So just go along the blue a little closer. It doesn't really matter. You can just go anywhere on the blue and then cycle to the red, enter, enter. It's going to find it there. And then the other one is 6.91, 6.82. So that's my other corner point there. So that is it for this page. So let's do a totaling of what we're supposed to have here. So 1, 2, right, 3, and another 3. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 4 is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So this page alone is going to be 17, yes. In this case, there's only 2, if you have exactly what I have, because the intercept is not a corner point when it's not a word problem. So there's this one, and if you try, this one is not surrounding the solution region, right? This one right here. If this had been somewhere here where the solution region touches it, then yes, but in this case, no. Okay. So think of your solution region, and wherever the boundary lines meet around it, those are the only ones we're considering. So if you gave me this one, I would just say, I would say take off 1 mark, because it's a concept. Okay, it's not just you round it incorrectly or anything like that. Okay. So 17 just for this page. Give yourselves a mark. I know sometimes this is really hard when you made a mistake. Consider your work as well. So don't give yourselves, if you did all of this work, I would say at least 10 out of 17, at least. So today you're just going to be, honestly, I'm just going to be like, did you go through the motions? That you, were you able to figure it out? And if you make a mistake, I will figure that out on a test, right? I will actually look into it further, and you will get the marks that you deserve, okay? So it's not all lost if you made a mistake upstream. It's not all lost. It's just painful to follow through, okay? All right, so backside. So we're assuming regular shading here. Okay, that's a big note to make, as well as if I didn't tell you this, look for me saying solution. Like if I label solution to this or that, whichever pane, that is your true region, okay, guys? If I label solution, if I had said solution here, you don't care what kind of shading has been used. This is the solution region. The true region is below. But don't write this down, because that's gonna make it all wrong. Because we use regular shading, we know that this is our true region. This is our true region. So wherever it's shaded, that's where the true region is. So in this case, it's dashed. Make a note of that. Dashed. True is above. That's all you need to know there, right? And my y-intercept, B, is 0. My slope, you can use the origin and you can use that one. Why not, right? So you've got a rise of 1, 1, 2, 3 here. So 1, 3. So rise comes first, right? Vertical, and then your run. And because this line is going down from left to right, it's going to be a negative slope. Just put a negative anywhere on there. I don't care if you have it on the 3 or on the 1. I don't care. It's going to be a negative overall slope. So here we go. Now you can build it. Negative 1/3 x plus 0. If that makes you feel better, if that helps you, sure. But you don't have to have the 0 there. And the true region is above. So I'm going to go like this. And because it's dashed, I'm not going to bother with the equal sign. So 1 mark for the inequality symbol, and 1 mark for having the proper slope and intercept. Okay, next. This one, my y-intercept is -3. Okay, my slope, I scan the line. I'm going to use this as my first point. I scan it, and the only time I really fall in the intersection is here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I have a rise of 5 and a run of 3, and this is going up from left to right, so it's a positive slope. I can leave it as is. This is a solid line. True region is below the line, right? If this is the line, the true region is below it. So now we can build it like that, and below, so that would be like this, and you have to have the equal sign there. So 1 mark for the inequality, 1 mark for the correct. boundary line. And two special cases. Let's do line A first. It's a vertical, right? So this would be just X. The true region is to the right. So that means that it's going to be greater than, but not equal to because it's dashed. And then just go look up the value. This is going to be what? Negative 70, right? If this is 50, 60, 70. This is all or nothing. It's a one marker. Line D, it's a horizontal line. True region is below in this case. So it's going to be Y is less than or equal to because it's a solid line. And then you just go look up the value here, and that'd be negative 30. It goes through negative 30. One mark for that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the backside is worth 6 marks. And 17 for the front, so that's 23 in total. Just put a mark down. Honestly, I'm not gonna fight you today.